Let's talk Warriors.
81-0 or 82-0.
82-0. That's right. We're never losing a game. The rest of, just enjoy it. We're going to 16-0 in the playoffs. We're going to go 82-0. We're 6-0 in the preseason to wrap it up. You get 2 back-to-back wins against the Lakers, 111-97 on Tuesday, and then Friday 132-74 in an absolute dismantling. Obviously these games don't count. They're preseason. It still feels good.
It feels great.
I'd rather be 6-0 than 0-6. So
I don't want to be the head coach, man. There's a lot of people scored on this thing. I don't know who's going to be sitting on the bench and who's going to have their number called first as a 6th man. So it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have.
Worse things have happened. Things have happened. Mm-hmm. So there are a couple of just quick notes on the Warriors. Moses Moody. Why does it say Mooney on this thing? Stupid auto.
Damn, you're like what was that? The annoying basketball pundit that people don't like, Perkins, and he was like,
Perkins.
Muzzy.
That one auto corrected. I don't know how the hell that happened. Okay, so Moses Moody agreed to a 3-year, $39 million extension, but Jonathan Kuminga could not come to an agreement, so he's going to be a restricted free agent at the end of the season.
I like both these options. Mostly Mooses is my guy. I have loved him since last season as well, where we've all talked about we think he should get more minutes. He deserves more minutes, and I hope he does get a lot more minutes this year. To be honest with you, our Canadian fellow doesn't look too promising, and he hasn't wowed me in this preseason game. So there's a reality where I could see he
Wiggins going, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Moody takes over his minutes or eats more of his minutes as the season goes on. Mm-hmm. And Kuminga said he wants to bet on himself, and he should.
Absolutely.
I'm here for it.
And if he can, I mean, we are a pro get your bag podcast. I think we've said that, dozens of times at this point. So if he's going to bet on himself and if he plays well this season, he will absolutely earn his bag,
agreed.
If it's not the Warriors, somebody else will pay him if he plays well, So,
yeah. I mean, the benefit that we have is that he's restricted. So the Warriors have the opportunity to match whatever's thrown at him, but it's a double-edged sword. Somebody could give him way too much money. And if we feel that we have to match it and then he doesn't live with the contract, well, but prove it to
that's future problems to worry about.
Yes,
we will revisit this discussion in April when the regular season ends, and then it's playoff time.
Absolutely, I agree.
So I think that'll be the perfect time to bring this back up. So let's now switch gears to the WNBA finals, an exciting finals. The last 3 games, especially.
Shout out to Walnut Creek, baby.
Yeah. So the New York Liberty win the series 3-2. That's their first WNBA title. They are an original team from 28 years ago, so it took them 28 years. They finally get the job done. Congratulations. Game 3, Sabrina Ionescu hit she called ball game. She hit that game-winning dagger 3 from 28 feet out.
I watched that live. I was like,
Yeah, there was 1 second left, and then Brianna Stewart had 30 points in that game. Game 4, the Minnesota Lynx tie it back up. They get the 82-80 win. So that forced the game 5 that happened on Sunday. Kayla McBuckets had 19 and 4 assists as well. Bridget Carlton was fouled on a loose ball foul and sunk the go-ahead free throws in that game. And then game 5, there was a very questionable foul. I rewatched it actually just before we started recording. Brianna Stewart got a very questionable foul. She sank both free throws that sent the game to overtime. And then Minnesota could not buy a bucket in the overtime. They only get 2 points in it, and New York wins the game by 5, 67-62. So
my feed was blowing up with the post game interview between their head coach.
I don't
know. So I watched the same play, and I'm curious. Do you think it was egregious? Because I felt like it was a little egregious.
That with the foul call?
Yes.
It was soft as Charmin, to be sure. Like, I don't even know that there was contact.
I don't think so either. I do not.
There's the camera angles that they had could not absolutely conclusively prove that there wasn't contact. Like it's just the angle was just a little bit off. That the hand could have grazed Brianna's arm, but I mean, I don't think
like
there
it was
was
blatantly hit the. There was just,
yeah. So it was that is a softest Charmin call that happened there, especially like with 5 seconds left. That's kind of rough, but I mean, there was a whole overtime where Minnesota could have regrouped and got the job done, but didn't. So
yeah. So
on the other hand, those free throws didn't lose them the game. The free throws made the game last 5 minutes longer, and they didn't get the job done.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. You never want the referee to decide the game.
Right.
You want the players to decide the game, but I agree with you. I mean, you had plenty of chances in that overtime to make a difference. And if you're going to hang your hat on one play that's controversial, do you work early, man?
There's other opportunities to get the job done too. And I think once the sting of it dies down, that'll be a lot of the discussion too on the Minnesota side. Instead of focusing on the one play, you can look at the handful of other opportunities that were wasted as well. The MVP of the finals was Jonquel Jones. She averaged 17.8 points, 7.6 boards, and a little over 2 assists for the series as well. So
nice.
Congrats to Jonquel. She has a hell of a story about just making it to the WNBA. If you're ever curious, she basically was living in friends' houses at 13. She came from somewhere in the Caribbean. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's quite a story. So dive in and on your free time if you're looking at that. So definitely something to look at there. Let's see. So other news and notes, the all WNBA first and second teams were announced. So people that were playing, Brianna Stewart was first team. Sabrina Ionescu was second team. Nafisa Collier was first team as well. So those are your people that were playing in the finals. Other notables. Oh, Jonquel Jones, was also second team. There she's over there on the. Caitlin Clark made the first team. Melissa Thomas and Asia Wilson as well. And Kalia Cooper, Naneko Ogwamake, and Arika Ogumbawale. Got it. Yeah. They all made second team as well. So that was very well deserving by all of these players. And obviously the league is in pretty good shape going forward, I think. I do have one fun note, and I think that's what I put in the show doc.
You sure did.
Fun fact from Vince. So Asia Wilson is a 3-time MVP. This year she got her third. There are 3 other players that have done that in WNBA history. Cheryl Swoops did it in 2000, 2002, and 2005. Lisa Leslie did it in 2001, 2004, 2006.
Only 2 I can think of. I don't know a third one.
Lauren Jackson, 2003, 2007, 2010. So I mean, between 2000 and 2010, like 9 of the 11 awards handed out were by those 3 players. So you want to talk about just like domination by a single, just less than a handful of players. Like that is wild,
Yeah.
Just fun facts there for the W. And so one last thing that actually broke earlier today on the WNBA front, the Players Association announced that they are opting out of the CBA effective at the end of the 2025 season.
I expected that.
A new one will need to be in place, or a lockout or strike of a work stoppage of some kind is going to happen for the 2026 season. So,
I mean, given the fact that they get paid less, that's not a secret. Even the owners have come out and said that they were kind of unhappy with the revenue that they got. So I kind of felt it on all fronts that they were going to, this was going to happen. So
absolutely. Yeah. So this is another get your bag situation, 100%. And they just got that new media contract too. So the
Nike
money's there.
Just re-upped their contracts for their jerseys.
Right. Yep. So that's going to be another dozen years there for Nike as well. So like there is money to be had, and it would be nice if the players could just play in the one league, the top league in the world, if they could only play here and then not have to supplement their lives playing
right?
in Russia and then risk getting arrested for having a vape on you, you know?